The new Outlast Trials Boneyard update just dropped.
Fucking swing him again! Move away! Are you fucking serious? Jump up the fucking railing!
Let's talk about it. So, contrary to what the thumbnail and the clips I showed you, I think the trial is really good. Wait, don't go yet, trust me. I have some problems, but we'll get there when we get there, trust me. The trial, the prison farm, adds some interesting mechanics, like crafting items to get through the trials in different ways, but not in the way I suggested from my trailer analysis video. You can craft levers to swap pathways, and as we saw in the trailer for the update, there are detonators you can craft to set off bombs to open new pathways. The new trial also adds a new X-Pop variant, the Biter. And I think this guy is really cool. At first I thought this variant was heavily underused, and that was because my dumbass played this trial on psychosurgery the first time around. Papa B ain't a pussy. Yet, y'all will come to find out that was a horrible idea.
I swear, he just fucking spawned there!
The Biter lunges at players until their leash breaks, which can take anywhere from 4 to 11 lunges until it breaks, or you have a key item in your inventory, I think. I experimented with them a while. The gist of it is just don't get spied by them, basically, for most of the X-Pop. Maybe that dog guy can tell you more about it when he drops a guide. Not that he needs my shout out, he's way bigger than me. They run faster than any X-Pop, so you have no hope in outrunning it, but hiding in a locker will help protect you from them, since they can't open the locker, or any hiding spot for that matter. So they'll just stare at you and then give up and go to an elevator. The trial story includes Coyle defending the warden of the prison, who is his dog pimp. So we have to punish Coyle for having relations with his new boyfriend in the showers. Now, this may seem a bit edgy since we just came straight out of Prime Month when this update dropped, but one, this is Outlast Trials, and two, I think it fits perfectly with the theme of the prison, since you know the things that happen in those walls.
Hang up that computer call, come over here and kiss me on my hot mouth. I'm feeling romantical.
This trial also uses previously established mechanics much better than in previous trials, and in my opinion, is much better in terms of structure. The whole place doesn't feel like a maze you mindlessly run through looking for one specific key you can't find because in some small meaningless room that you keep forgetting to look in that's in the map just because it's so damn big. Police station! One prime example of this are blacklight code puzzles. Toward the end of the trial, you have to find a code to the warden's office so you can complete the climax of the trial, after making the quality of life in the prison so unbearable for the prisoners that you cause a riot. The rooms the codes are in are given to you, and said rooms are pretty small, so you don't have to search through the entire black-lit warehouse to find a code that's hidden under a table. Courthouse! And downtown, but this trial is definitely not without its own problems. The standard mode was pretty easy, but this trial was the worst to run on psychosurgery. Maybe it was just bad luck on my part, maybe it was a skill issue. I mean, I am the guy who struggled to understand the Crest TV Hour Spotlight puzzle the first time I saw it. It was extremely frustrating, especially when they put a night hunter in the laundry rooms, which doesn't sound too bad when you're doing the blacklight puzzle, since you can just hide in the blacklight rooms, right? Well, remember when I said the blacklight rooms were small and that was a benefit? Well, with Night Hunter, even when he enters the room and is blinded, he can still just hit you just because the room is that small. It got so bad that I even decided to waste my stun rig on a freshly spawned pusher out of pure frustration, only to see my rig is on a 23-second cooldown. I get away from him only to see him burst into the warden's room and brap attack me anyways. Oh, and Red Barrels, the fucking madman, decide to add blind guys to the thin-ass hallways of Block B. Sounds easier than the biters in Standard, right? Just don't make noise, right? Oh yeah, psychosurgery made me pretty fucking mad. Now, a much less subjective criticism I have of the trial is that the climax was pretty underwhelming. Most climaxes end in some grand crescendo of a saw trap-like device reagents must use to kill someone Murkoff wants killed for whatever reason. Maybe for trying to whistle blow, maybe for trying to screw them over, but it's always in an over-the-top, gruesome way. Here, you just kind of beat the warden to death. Now, it does fit thematically with the prison, and I do kind of understand why this may be from a lore perspective. Murkoff is starting to feel less confident about the program, so maybe they're actively cutting funding to it as long as Easterman is at the helm. Another complaint I have, despite this being a Coyle trial, Coyle doesn't really seem to be that big of a threat, even in my great, wonderful, and fun time in psychosurgery. Maybe that's just me being an Outlast Trial pro, but he's mostly regulated to one area of the map, and tends not to get in the way that much. This is a similar problem with the Crest twins in their trial, the studio. Compare this to their presence in the first trials, the mall, where they were constantly getting in the way of core points in the trial. Even in the climax of the trial, Coyle isn't that big of a threat, because by the time he got to the warden to stop me from beating him to death, I had already done so. And all that just to make a mad dash to the exit. Despite these issues, I think this is a very solid addition to the game, and the update as a whole reworked Invasion, a game mode I wasn't a huge fan of when it first released, but I'm thinking about giving it another try with the reworks. This trial earns a solid 8.5 from me. If you guys want to see more trial reviews, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to lock stock that like button, stun rig that subscribe button, and hype the video if you're a mobile Chad. And I'll see you in the next video.